15. Ugly things seniors do as they age that no one tells you. What if the most shocking part of aging isn't the grey hair or the sore knees, but the small, unnoticed ways you change when no one is looking? Let's be honest. Growing older can be beautiful. It can mean freedom from alarm clocks, time to garden, laughter with grandkids who think you hung the moon. It can mean wisdom, perspective, and finally caring less about what the neighbors think. But it can also mean hidden embarrassments no one told you to expect. Small humiliations that creep up so quietly you wonder if you're losing yourself. These moments, so human, so real, are almost never spoken out loud, even among friends. Today, the Over 60 Club is speaking them aloud. Not to shame anyone, but to show you that what you're feeling isn't weakness. It's just life unfolding in a new way, and that you're not alone. So settle in, make a cup of tea, and see if you recognize yourself, your parents, your spouse, or your future self in these 15 very real, very human truths about aging that polite society never warns you about. Meet Thomas. Before we unpack each truth, let's root them in a real story. Thomas, at 74, is a living collection of life's lessons and life's surprises. He spent 40 years teaching, raised 3 kids who now have kids of their own, served his country in uniform, paid off his home, and loved his late wife every day until her final breath. To his community, Thomas is sharp for his age, quick with a joke, tidy lawn, crisp white shirts always ironed. But Thomas knows a secret. When the doors close and the house is silent, he is changing in ways he never agreed to. He mutters at the TV. He forgets the neighbor's name. He holds on to old jars, old habits, old grudges. Some days he worries he's becoming someone he wouldn't have liked in his prime. What he doesn't know, and what too few people say, is that millions of seniors share these exact experiences. They aren't failings. They aren't signs of losing your mind. They are, in many ways, the quiet side effects of a life well lived, a life that is still worth living, even with all its odd twists. 1. Snapping at people who are trying to help. Thomas's granddaughter, Rachel, offered to tie his shoe at her soccer game because she saw him wince when he bent down. His response? He barked, "I can still tie my own damn shoes!" The look on Rachel's face broke his heart an hour later. He didn't mean to snap. He loves that girl more than air. Many seniors lash out when offered help. Why? Because every offer reminds them they need help at all. Pride has deep roots, and losing pieces of your independence can feel like losing your self-respect. The irony? Pushing people away is exactly what deepens loneliness and accelerates decline. Gentle solution. Next time someone offers help, pause, breathe. Try saying, "Thank you. I appreciate it today." Small acceptance builds bridges where pride builds walls. 2. Blurting out harsh truths and regretting it. Thomas never used to comment on people's weight. Now he catches himself saying things like, "He's put on a few pounds since college, hasn't he?" Out loud, in front of that same he. It's embarrassing. It's unfiltered. It's human. Neurologists say the brain's filter, the part that stops you from saying everything you think, can weaken with age, medication, or mild cognitive changes. You're not becoming mean, you're becoming raw. Gentle solution. If you hear yourself oversharing or blurting, don't deny it. Apologize immediately with warmth. "I don't know why I said that. Forgive me. Getting older makes my tongue faster than my brain sometimes." Humor and honesty soften any sharp edges. 3. Drifting off. Mid-conversation. Thomas used to listen to every word his wife said over the dinner table. Now, when his neighbor Fred talks about local politics, Thomas's mind drifts to the smell of his mother's kitchen, a song he heard in 1968, whether he remembered to lock the shed. He snaps back to reality mid-sentence, nodding as if he caught everything. He didn't. Fred knows it. This zoning out happens because the brain tires more quickly. Juggling multiple thoughts gets harder. Background noise competes with voices. It's not rudeness, it's mental fatigue. Gentle solution. If you drift, admit it. I'm so sorry. I got distracted. Could you say that again? People prefer honest humanity over awkward pretending. 4. Choosing isolation over awkwardness. Once, Thomas loved the local coffee shop. Now he hesitates. What if he forgets someone's name? What if he repeats a story? What if he spills his coffee or fumbles with his wallet? Staying home feels safer, so he does. Again and again. Isolation sneaks in through tiny choices, skipped invitations, unanswered calls, excuses about being too tired tonight. But the cost is brutal. Social muscle weakens, loneliness grows, depression whispers. Gentle solution. Commit to one outing a week, even if it's brief. Accept that you might fumble or repeat yourself. Most people won't notice, and those who do won't care half as much as you think. 5. Wearing comfort clothes until they're unpresentable. Thomas's daughter once teased, "Dad, that shirt has seen better days." She wasn't wrong. It was his favorite flannel, soft, warm, easy to slip on. So easy that he wore it for days at a time. Comfort is a siren song in older age. Who wants to fuss with collars, ironing, or matching socks when you could just be comfortable? The hidden problem: wearing the same clothes signals to others and to yourself that you've stopped caring. And caring for your appearance, even a little, boosts self-respect and mood. Here is another gentle solution. Prepare 2 or 3 easy, comfortable outfits you genuinely like. Rotate them daily. Keep them accessible. Feeling fresh is a quiet kind of dignity. 6. Letting little bits of grooming slide. Thomas always trimmed his nails, always shaved every other day. Now weeks pass before he notices. His daughter jokes that she could plant a garden in his ear hair. He laughs, but inside he aches with embarrassment. Small grooming lapses are a red flag that fatigue, joint pain, or mild depression may be quietly at work. Many seniors feel guilty but also overwhelmed. Gentle solution: make grooming social. Do it with a loved one, or set a gentle routine. Every Sunday is trim day. Small rituals feel less burdensome than big, rare efforts. 7. Sharing the same memory. Again and again. Thomas once told the story of how he proposed to his wife under a carnival Ferris wheel. The family adored the tale, but lately he repeats it twice in one sitting, and doesn't realize until his grandson says, "We know, Grandpa." The sting of that moment lives longer than any youthful insult. Memory loops happen because old memories stay bright while short-term details fade. The story comforts you. The repetition can bore others. Try this gentle solution. Gently invite fresh stories. Say, "Tell me about your favorite vacation we haven't heard about yet." This shows love without shame. 8. Forgetting names, even of people you deeply love. Nothing rattles Thomas like standing in front of a dear friend whose name floats just out of reach. His pulse quickens, sweat beads on his neck. He stalls with generic lines. "Hey there, buddy. Pal. You." Later, alone, he berates himself. How could you forget a name you've known for 30 years? Forgetfulness of names is so universal among seniors that some neurologists call it the tip of the tongue syndrome. Age affects word retrieval, not intelligence. You know who they are, your brain just jams at the worst moment. Another gentle solution: practice graceful cover lines. "I'm having one of my senior moments. Please remind me of your name so I can tell this story properly." Humor disarms embarrassment for everyone. 9. Laughing or crying at odd times. A news story that once annoyed Thomas now makes him tear up. A silly commercial leaves him chuckling for 5 minutes. He worries, "Am I becoming a fool?" This emotional seesaw is part aging, part brain chemistry. Frontal lobe changes make emotional breaks weaker. Life's past pains also feel closer to the surface. Try this gentle solution. Don't fight it. Tell your family, my heart's closer to my eyes these days. It's not shameful. It's proof you're still alive and feeling deeply. 10. Falling for sweet talkers and scams. Thomas was sharp in his prime, the guy everyone trusted for solid advice. But last year, he nearly sent $1,000 to a fake grandson in trouble. He caught himself just in time. Seniors are targeted for fraud precisely because they were raised to trust voices and respect authority. Add slower decision-making, and even the brightest minds can be misled. Gentle solution. Always check suspicious calls with family. Hang up, call back on an official number. Write on a sticky note near the phone. Stop, think, verify. 11. Hoarding. Useful junk. Thomas's garage looks like an antique store that exploded. Rusty tools, wires for electronics that died decades ago, glass jars from every jelly brand on earth. Hoarding isn't madness, it's control. It's proof that he can still plan for just in case. Letting go feels like admitting he'll never need it again. A wonderful, gentle solution. Instead of force clearing, invite storytelling. Dad, tell me about this jar. Why did you save it? Sometimes, understanding the memory helps release the object. 12. Talking in circles. Thomas starts a story about his first job. Mid-sentence, he forgets where he was going, so he restarts, then loops back. 20 minutes later, his grandson politely excuses himself. Talking in circles doesn't always mean serious decline. Sometimes it means fatigue, hearing loss, or trying too hard to be interesting. This gentle solution will work. Listen patiently, gently redirect. So, what happened next at that job? Loving prompts help seniors feel seen instead of embarrassed. 13. Saying I'm fine, even when pain screams. Otherwise, Thomas's back hurts most mornings. He hates asking for help. When his daughter asks, "Are you okay?" he lies, "I'm fine, sweetheart. Never better." Seniors hide discomfort because they fear pity, loss of independence, or becoming a burden. Sadly, silence delays care that could make life gentler. Gentle solution. Practice honesty in small doses. My back aches today. I could use a hand with the yard. Loved ones want to help. Let them. 14. Secretly scolding yourself. All day long. Thomas's inner critic is crueler than any bully he faced at 12. Idiot. Can't remember anything. Useless old man. Nobody else hears this private narration, but it poisons the mind and weighs down the heart. Furthermore, try this gentle solution. Write down kind counter thoughts. I forget names, but I remember love. Repeat them out loud. Over time, a gentler inner voice blooms. 15. Pretending not to be afraid. Under the brave stories and jokes, Thomas lies awake some nights, staring at the ceiling. He thinks about his wife, gone 10 years, about his own last breath, about whether he'll be a burden before then. But by day, he cracks jokes, plays tough, never lets fear show. Another great gentle solution is fear shared is fear cut in half. Talk to a trusted friend, pastor, or counselor. Name the shadows. Even brave men deserve comfort. Aging is not a flaw. It's a final masterpiece. Thomas still ties his own shoes most days. He still tells jokes, still loves deeply, still gets a twinkle in his eye when his favorite pie appears. He is not broken, just changing. So are you. So will all of us be, if we're blessed with enough birthdays. So if you recognize yourself here, take a breath. Laugh a little. Be gentle with the old instincts and the new struggles. Tell your family the truth. Accept help. Wear clean clothes you love. Let yourself feel every feeling, yes, even fear. And when you catch yourself doing one of these ugly things, remember, It's just proof you're still here, still human, still growing. Wherever you are, I hope you found this honest list comforting and maybe even freeing. Please share your own truths in the comments. What awkward part of aging do you wish someone had warned you about? Your story might be the relief another senior needs tonight. Thanks for watching once more, and enjoy the music at the very end.